Hey everybody, we are back for week 6 and we're going to talk about physical activity in a little bit more detail than we did a few weeks ago. Alright, so a few weeks ago I touched on aerobic and anaerobic exercises. So aerobic exercises are things like swimming, biking, hiking, running, walking, jogging, jumping rope, punching a punching bag, or going to Zumba class, anything like that. And these are typically referred to as cardio. All that is, it's short for cardiovascular, which means your heart. So your aerobic exercises are going to be the exercises that take an additional amount of oxygen to make your heart pump faster, to get blood circulating through your body, and these are the exercises that typically burn more fat. Whereas anaerobic exercises, you don't need an additional intake of oxygen. Your heart doesn't generally pump quite as fast. They usually don't last for quite as long, so things such as weightlifting or yoga, a lot of times you can think of them as lower impact type exercises. And those are going to be the exercises that work with your muscles other than your heart. So, speaking of your heart is in fact a muscle, and the more you work it, the stronger it gets. So if your ultimate goal is to run a marathon, you're not going to go outside one day and just run 26 miles, just like that. That's not how that works. Just like if you want to be a power lifter, you're not going to be able to go to the gym and bench press 350 pounds just because you feel like it. You have to train those muscles, including your heart, to get to the point that you want it to be. Just like if you want to join a roller derby team and you never skated in your life, or you haven't skated in 10 or 15 years, you're going to have to practice and build up your leg muscles as well as your heart to work on that endurance to keep you going throughout the match. So these are examples of aerobic exercises. So you could play football with your family, you could do a 5K with your friends, you could go swimming in the pool, you could swim in a lake, you could use cardio machines at the gym, anywhere from the elliptical to the arc trainer to the treadmills to the stationary bikes to the row machine to the stepper, anything like that. Skating, going to a trampoline park with your kids, with your cousins, with your friends, by yourself, whatever. Jump on the trampoline outside in your backyard if you have one. Taking a kickboxing class or an MMA class or self-defense, or just getting a stand-up punching bag at home and just beating the crap out of it whenever you feel like you need to get some energy out. Doing a spin class, riding bikes outside in the mountains or up and down your street or around the park. Anything and everything that elevates your heart rate and makes you work that heart muscle a little bit more than what just regular daily activity is, that's what you could consider aerobic exercise, and that's what's going to help you burn off fat cells. All right, so fat cells, quick transition. Me saying fat cells, once again, is not me saying you're a fatty. That's me saying that you have adipose tissue on your body, just like all of us do. So the thing about fat cells, or adipose tissue, whichever one makes you feel more comfortable, they take up more space than muscle tissue. They tend to store the calories that we take in. And they are stored energy. So depending on your height, your gender, your age, so many different factors depends on how much of this tissue should be stored on your body. I'll post some graphics later about average numbers and where males and females are generally considered to be healthy. Obviously, if you're pregnant, those are different, or postpartum, those are very different numbers because you're in a transitionary period of your life, or creating another human being. So you need those extra stores of fat to provide energy for yourself and the little one that you're growing. The muscle tissue that you store in your body is more dense, as you can see on the right, that 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle take up very different amounts of space on our body. So you could stay at, 180 pounds. And you can imagine the difference in 180 pounds of fat versus 180 pounds of muscle, what that would look like. And imagine squeezing that into a pair of jeans. So just because you weigh the same on the scale doesn't mean that you can't lose 5 or 6 sizes as far as your clothes go. So just keep in mind that a healthy amount of muscle and a healthy amount of fat is a-okay. Don't feel like you have to get rid of all of the fat on your body, because that is actually incredibly unhealthy. And remember, like it says right here, even though my head is in the way, the scale may not be changing as much as you are. So keep that in mind. when you're thinking about muscle versus fat tissue. All right, so we're going to move on to how to work your muscles. So we have oppositional muscle groups or opposing muscle groups or muscles that are opposite of each other. So the best example that I can think of is your arm with your biceps and your triceps. So your biceps are these guys right here. I really hope you guys can see my mouse. If not, I'll just do this. So these are your biceps right here, and your triceps are on the back side. So when I extend my arm like this, my bicep is stretched, my tricep is flexed. When I do this, my bicep is what's contracting, and my tricep is what is extending. All right, so you want to make sure to strengthen and stretch muscles that oppose each other in equal amounts, so you don't have an overly tight bicep and an overly loose tricep, or the other way around. Same thing goes with your legs. If you do a lot of leg extensions but no leg curls, the backs of your legs are going to be really, really loose, and the tops of your legs are going to be really, really tight. So you want to make sure that you train them and you stretch them at the same rates to keep your body balanced and prevent additional and unnecessary strain on your joints that are compensating for unproportionate muscle development and flexibility. Okay, so there are so many different types of strength or toning type exercises. So body weight exercises is a good place to start if you're not sure if you've recovered from an injury completely, or if you're like physical therapy. Think physical therapy. So if you have an injury and you're doing physical therapy to come out of it, you don't want to jump straight back into heavy weightlifting in the gym. Or if you are new to working out and you're not really sure what your body can handle, or if you want to start slow and build your way up, body weight is a great way to go. If you have really fragile joints for any reason and you just want to strengthen the muscles around them but not put too much strain on your joints, body weight exercises are an awesome way to do that. There's also things like yoga or Pilates. A lot of people do plyometrics type stuff. HIIT training and CrossFit are other ways to kind of combine aerobic and anaerobic type workouts. However, you also want to be very, very careful how often you do it and how hardcore you get, because they can actually damage your joints and in the long run damage your health more than benefit your health. So depending on your goals and your health and what you feel like your body can handle at this point in your journey, you might want to start with you start with your body weight, and then maybe you move to small kettlebells and small dumbbells. If you have these at home, these are great, and there's all kinds of exercises that you can do. Yoga is fantastic. Any age, any health status, just pick what you can do and go with it. If your goal is to get bigger, like put on more muscle mass, this might look familiar to you, or might be something that you want to become more familiar with. So think of it this way. Higher reps with lower weight is toning. So you do it a bunch of times with a little bit of weight. You're going to tone your muscles. And probably put on a little bit of strength. But if you do fewer reps with lots of weight, that's when you're actually going to put on mass. So if you pick up something really, really heavy 2 or 3 times, it's going to make those muscles get bigger and stronger. If you pick up something of a medium to light weight over and over and over and over and over again, it's going to tone those muscles, but you're not going to put on quite as much mass. So depending on your goals, pick the aerobic and anaerobic exercises that are going to get you where you need to go. And once you figured out what your goals are for your health, you want to try and do something every single day. So the American Heart Association recommends at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity exercise every day. But if you are, let's say, you're right in the middle of your kids' soccer season and they're also on the debate team and this and that, and you work a full-time job, and there's all these things that, life gets in the way. But instead of letting life kick you in the ass and get in the way all the time, try and, if all you can get in for that day is 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. Every little bit counts. So, like we talked about a few weeks ago, it's the little things. So do as much as you possibly can, even if that's, taking your dogs for a walk, or going outside and playing with your kids. And that might even be a goal of yours, depending on where you're at in your health journey. Your goal might be, I just want to go outside and play with my kids instead of having to sit and watch them play. You might be on the verge of you might be pre-diabetic, and you want to get your body into a healthier spot, so that way you're no longer pre-diabetic. You might want to be a figure competitor. You might want to play intramural basketball at your college, or maybe you want to coach your kid's sports team of any sort, or you might even just want to do the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning with your BFF. Who knows? Whatever your goals are, every single one of you can benefit from adding a little bit of exercise to your routine every single day. And if every single day is too much at the beginning, try to add something little to your exercise regimen every single week. So, like I said, every single little tiny thing counts. So do what you can for your benefit, for your health, for your sanity, for anyone and everyone that is involved in your life. Try and become more healthy, not just for you, but for your kids as well. Because you want to be around to hang out with them, and you want to be around to play with them. But making a combo of aerobic and anaerobic exercise in some way, shape, or form, whatever fits your lifestyle, whatever fits your goals, come up with something that's going to be best for you, that you're going to enjoy, that is going to make your health better than what it is now. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. Follow me on Instagram. Ask to join the Facebook group, which I will post username information at the bottom in my little blurb underneath this video. If you have any questions, please ask. I love doing this stuff. It's so much fun, and we can all work on getting healthier together. Keep it up. Stay tuned for the next 4 weeks. You guys are almost done. You're awesome.